Hey everyone, and welcome to another video. We are on Roadcraft and we're on the PlayStation 5. Let me just get myself sorted and settled. And what is going on with this mic? Oh dear, that's not happy. Bear with me, technical issues. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Whatever. Just looked like the microphone was about to fall off the side of the table. Who cares? Probably for the best. Yeah, right. Excuse all the noise. I'm trying to get myself sorted and settled and comfy in this chair. It's not going to happen, and I'm going to keep on saying it until somebody decides to feel pity for me. Please feel pity for me, and basically gets me a decent gaming chair. Right. So today's thingy, we are carrying on from the previous video. We did the whole air quotes cleaning the area for the train station, which was weirdly crap. It was like 2 items here and there, just whatever. We've got power to the steel pipes facility now, and we've also got this place up and running, which is a godsend because I can go along here. Ah, I see you. Okay, yep, no, that makes sense. I was going to do that anyway. And then, yeah, so we can do that, go around there, go do that, and then everything's onky-dory. Please don't ask to go out. You've literally just come back in. What is she doing? Oh, it's too warm. Right, yes, okay. So I think start pumping, no. Provide, no. Side, no. So what's that one then? Pour sand. Sounds French. So what? List of working vehicles. Why is it telling me this shit? I don't understand. Press that on the vehicle to start construction. What? Sorry, I might be exceedingly dense today. Why don't I understand that at all? At all. Right, anyway, whatever. We know what we got to do. Let's do it. So we will start with a dumper. Dump. I really need music in my head. I really need some music in my head. But if I put my headphones on, I won't be able to hear what I'm talking, which is probably... it's a bad thing, trust me. And I struggle when I'm talking to concentrate on what I'm doing. So if I've got music and talking and actually trying to play the game, not going to happen. Really not going to happen. Do you know what I mean? That is a recipe that it's the trifactor of not going to happen. So we won't. We'll just bear with it. Right, okay, so how do I get out of here? And where am I going? So out of there, turn left. Out of there, turn left. I need a sign. Give me a sign, dude. Need a sign, man. Got the key. No, that's not a good song. Well, it is a good song. I love that song. I asked this in a previous video, but again, I think it was either in the middle or at the arse end of the video. It's fine. We didn't really need to turn the corners. Fuck's sake. What music do you listen to? All you wonderful, fantastic, lovely, crazy people that are viewing my videos and potentially even listening to what I'm talking about. I haven't actually done this yet, and I don't know if I want to. Press on. Yeah, I'm not going to do it because apparently you can actually set them off to do it themselves, like AI to do it, and it just fills me with dread at the sheer thought of them doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not gonna. That's not gonna end well. So we'll do it this way. Anyway, yeah, music. What what is it that you are listening to other than me? What are your favorite genres? Do you have how do you listen to your music? Through my ears. Um that's sorry. As soon as I said it, it was like such a stupid thing to say. I listen to my music through touch. Um Actually, there's probably people out there that can do that. So anyway, yes. What I meant to say was, do you listen to the radio? Do you just listen to your playlists? And as such, which playlists? As in, are they just music on your phone, or is it through a streaming app like Spotify or Amazon Music or Google Music or whatever it is that you can listen to music now? Do you listen to it on your phone, on your tablet, on your computer? I'm really nosy, and I'm extremely interested, and I'm genuinely interested. If anybody is actually listening and anybody gives a shit, it would be lovely if you left a comment and said, I listen to my music this way, and I listen to this type of music, or I have a wide range of music tastes, or I only like this kind of music. You know what I mean? And also, if you are a gamer or anything actually, do you find having music in the background helps with concentration, helps time go past? Is it therapeutic? Is it just good? Or why do you listen to music? That's the thing. Does that make sense? Yes. I love music. I really do love music. And there are days where I will go without listening to any. Maybe because I'm busy or I'm doing other stuff, whatever. Mainly when I'm doing my recordings, I can't listen to the music. Or if I'm playing a certain type of game where there's like narratives going on and stuff like that, you can't have music on in the background. But ultimately, if I go more than a couple of days without listening to music, I actually feel it. It genuinely, I feel sad. And I have to have something. I have to listen to something. So yeah. There you go. Right, I can stop now. And yeah, so what kind of music do you listen to? Why do you listen to that? Why do you listen to music? What's your favourite genre and all that kind of thing? And also, are you one of those type of people that would love to be in a band, or so? Britain's Got Talent kind of shit. Or are you just content with listening to other people's stuff and appreciating music that way? Or are you into stuff, or would you be a DJ? Would you like to be a DJ? That's a good one, because that's what I was trying to very vainly tie into, because that's what I used to be. And I always kind of look at myself and feel as I am. And I would love to get back into that. I would love to get behind the decks, even as a 50-year-old. But also, I've got to the point now where when I used to DJ and I used to do mobile stuff and I used to help out in, doing things. Obviously, you have to play for the audience, and that's the thing anyway. But nowadays, it's almost like, especially with the clubs and stuff, it's like you do still need to play for your audience to a point, but it's really strange because it's like the audience have come to see the DJ now, not listen to the music they're playing. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm going to the club because they play the kind of music I like, or it's a really good vibe. No, I'm going to the club because this DJ is on, or this person is performing. They're a DJ. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's such a weird thing. I think it's one of the reasons I used to enjoy DJing as much as I did was the anonymity. Nobody came to see you. They came to listen to the music that you had to offer. Could you guarantee to get the floor filled? Could you guarantee to ensure that everybody had an enjoyable evening? You know what I mean? And if the answer was yes, then you'd succeeded in your role, and that's the reason you wanted to be. You were an entertainer. It's that simple. But nowadays, like I said, all these DJs, they're you have to have. What? Sorry, it's emptying again, and I don't like it. And don't get me wrong, there are some truly amazing DJs out there. There's many, like hundreds of amazing DJs out there, and they're so incredibly talented bastards. And they deserve all the fame and fortune that they get. I'll never ever say otherwise. But it's weird how it has gone from, a good old fashioned, and I'm talking still doing raves, free parties, illegal radios, all of those kind of things, where you were classed as a good DJ because, like with the dance music and everything else, you were able to keep people going, keep people on the floor, drop good tracks, do some good mixes or whatever. You know what I mean? You were able to, but now it's like you've got to have a camera on you, and I see on the video. I'm far too old to go clubbing. I wouldn't last 5 minutes nowadays. But you see it where even with the big events where you've got all of the light shows and the video going on in the background, and stunning, absolutely stunning, some of the graphics that they put out there. But to me, it's like, it's bizarre, because one point people are complaining about, whenever you see clubbers nowadays, all they're doing is, it's like they've just got their mobile phones out, they're standing there and they're recording the entire thing. Yeah, rather than actually dancing and enjoying the music and enjoying the vibe and, well, just clubbing. They literally, you just see a sea of mobile phone screens lit up and people maybe swaying to the music slightly, but other than that, they're all just stood there recording. It's bizarre. So people complain about that. It's like, oh, they should ban phones, or they shouldn't. People should just go there and enjoy the vibe, and why should you feel the need to record everything? But then if these people that are doing these events are going to be making such a visual spectacle, well, of course that's what you're going to do. You're going to get your phone out. You're going to want to record it. So it's one of those things where it's like, well, you can't complain about something that is being created, for a reason, as in like the visual graphics and everything else. I mean, back in the 90s, when the rave was full on, the whole idea of having a visual show, as it were, like some video going on in the background, there's probably like a projector screen or something like that going on in the background behind the decks, was to help the vibe. All right, if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. And it was as simple as that. It wasn't there to be part of the show as such. It didn't make you want to just stop and, well, actually it did. It did make you want to stop and ogle at the screen and just literally lose yourself in it, go, holy shit. That was the whole idea. But it was part and parcel. It was all part of it. You were there, and it was like, it would help you get that rush, get that buzz, and I don't know. It's a very, very different beast nowadays. Very different beast. And I think if I were ever to go back into clubbing, or like I said, I'd love to, but I don't know about clubbing. But if I was to ever get back into DJing, I think I would want it to be on a low level or radio based kind of thing. Does that make sense? Because I don't think I could cope with the way clubbers expect, or what clubbers expect from a DJ now. It's more than just making the vibes. You have to have the whole. You've got to be a spectacle. You've got to be an all-encompassing package and everything, and it's bizarre. And that's not me. No way. I'd be more than happy just to go back onto being a radio DJ, spinning tunes, non-stop, and a little bit of a banter every now and again, and that's it. Or small clubs or pubs, where you have these bars and they have like their resident little DJs and stuff like that. Yep, more than happy. More than happy. That would be me. But yeah, I have to have music in my life. Predominantly dance music, but anything else is good to go, within reason. Not a massive fan of jazz. Don't know why. I mean, jazz is the baseline for an awful lot of other genres, and I don't think people realise it, just how much jazz is. Do you know what I mean? We're talking riff styles, we're talking musical style, we're talking the instruments. There's all sorts of stuff that jazz can be linked to a lot of styles nowadays. And like I said, I just don't think people either don't realise or don't appreciate how much, and that's a shame as well, because a lot of people today, again, sounding really old, but that's part of my name. It's not that they don't appreciate it, but they just don't. There is no, it's music. That's what it is. It doesn't really matter, does it? There's none of this. Do you know the history of your music that you like? Do you know where it comes from, or if this is an original? I mean, I love the videos on YouTube and Insta and all that lot where people, and it's like, the kids discovered this amazing new track, and it's just amazing. And then it's like, oh, what you mean? This the one that's basically a rip off of this, or you know what I mean? Love it. They're so funny, those videos. What are you doing? Excuse me, are you just doing your own shit there, mate? Yeah. Because again, back in our day, back when I were a lad, when and especially with the rave scene, we would deliberately take older tracks, established music from whatever genre, whatever age or anything else, right? And we would add a beat to it, add a bass line to it, or mix it up and scratch it, or do whatever, right? But it would ultimately, there'd still be a little bit of a nod to the original or whatever, right? And it would always be, the original would always be recognised, the original would always be noted. But nowadays, it's like, there's none of that. It's like, no, this is a new thing. This is a new track. This is an original bit of music. This is, and it's like, it's not. It's absolutely not. But there's no, or it's very often, it's either completely ignored or neglected when they say, this is a remix of this, or it has this riff, or it has this line and this drop, this is from this song. Quite often they just seem to not even bother mentioning it, and it's wrong, because like I said, then you get the kids today, the youngsters today, and it's like, this track, it's like so progressive, so modern, and so now, and so us, and it's like, it's not. This track is probably older than I am, kind of thing, And also, they seem to be a lot more narrow-minded, the youngsters today, when it comes to music. Not all of them, don't get me wrong. There's, there are still, there's enough people out there that do, I don't know which way I'm going with this. Go that way. There's still enough youngsters out there and young people that enjoy the older tracks and enjoy the originals and stuff. Don't get me wrong, but there are far too many that just seem to be blinkered into one genre, and it's like, I can only listen to this, and I can only listen to this, and if you try and get me to listen to something else, it's not even going to compute. It's not even going to register, because it's a load of crap compared to what I listen to. And yes, every generation had that to a point, but tell me I'm wrong when I say it seems to be more prevalent lately. than it ever was. Yeah. At least, even though we would pretend not to acknowledge the music of our forefathers and our parents, just because we knew it would wind them up. You know what I mean? It's like, oh God, no, I can't be seen to be enjoying this and agreeing with my old folks. God, no. It's embarrassing. You do it to wind them up. That's the whole point. Every generation is rebellious against the generation before them. But ultimately, there would still be that level of respect for that generation before you. But not anymore. It just seems to be severely lacking. There's no respect for anything, to be honest, anymore. I don't think there is. And it swings both ways, don't get me wrong. I'm, all these old people that seem to have it in their head that just because they're old, you must respect them. And you must respect their ways and their views and their opinions and everything. No, respect is earned. I'm sorry, and that's something that people don't seem to say a lot of again nowadays. It used to be drilled into us. Respect is earned. It's not given. It's not a right. It is earned. But nowadays, it's like young people. Well, again, it is predominantly the younger generations that have it in them, that have it in their heads because for some reason they've been allowed to believe it. That they must be respected. Respect is it's a given. It's part and parcel of who they are. Yeah, you must respect them. But it goes, like I said, it goes both ways. There's a lot of the older generations that seem to have picked up on that and are running with it as well. And it's like, no, I'm older than you. I know best. I demand that you respect me. I demand. It doesn't work like that. There is there's a different type of respect. The old respect your elders. There is that side of things. But to me it's different to you must respect me because I know best and I know. No. It's weird. It's a weird one. I mean, I was always brought up to respect authority and respect those that are older than me, just because it was respectful, if that makes any sense at all. It was the polite thing to do. It was what you were expected to do. Yeah, but at the same time, you weren't expected to respect or have respect for somebody just because they had to prove their worth. They had to prove that they deserve that respect. So I don't know how to put it. I don't know how to explain it, because it's like there's this two different types of respect. If you are still with me and I haven't bored the absolute fuck out of you, leave a comment. Let me know, see if you can explain it better, and if you understand what I'm trying to say. So you've got there's this respect your elders, respect authority kind of thing, a bit like you respect the countryside and you respect, where it's that kind of respect. But then there's a respect of, I respect you because you have proven that you are worthy of being respected, because you've done something that's earned it. It is a different type of respect, isn't it? I'm not confusing myself as well as anybody that is actually listening to this. I am right in saying that, aren't I? It's weird. Never really stopped to think about it, to be honest. It's just something that's always been there, you know. Brought up to respect authority and those in authority, and respect your elders, but at the same time you're not expected to respect them in so much that no matter what they say, you know it's right, and you're not allowed to disagree with them kind of respect. You know, it's weird, very weird. But anyway, there's either way, no matter how you put it, there is a massive lack of respect in general for anything and anyone nowadays. It's like people don't have respect for themselves a lot of the time. I mean, look at TikTok. I hate that chat. I hate it with a passion. That'll be my cue. Dog wants to go out. And we're back. And the dog's back in the room. So we're talking, yes, respect. And the very apparent lack of self-respect for people nowadays. Like I said, predominantly on TikTok. Now I refuse. I can honestly say I don't think I've ever deliberately gone onto TikTok. I don't have the app. I don't have an account. I refuse to do it just out of principle, because of, to me, it breeds ignorance and arrogance, and it's just a horrible media outlet. It's awful, you know. And I have no idea why it encourages what it does, but it does. Anyway, but obviously it bleeds out over onto all the other socials. Yeah, so you know you'll get the little shorts come up on Insta and YouTube and all that kind of thing. So you even if you actively try and avoid going onto the website itself, it's almost impossible to avoid seeing TikTok videos on other channels. Just thought I'd want to put it out there. But no, I just what I see. Don't get me wrong. There are obviously a lot of creators out there that use TikTok for good, you know, or just for their pushing their content on from other, you know, like YouTube channels and so on and so forth. But the stuff that you see in general, and especially the stuff that's made again predominantly by the youngsters today, it's awful. And there's just like this where I mean, every generation has had the pranksters. Yeah, the people that used to be on the TV. There used to be actual TV shows where people would do pranks and have a laugh and mess around, and you know, my God. I can't remember. There was the most famous one, but that name's gone. But then you like Beatles About and all the Saturday TV shows, even now, you know, Ant and Dec and all that lot. They all do them. Don't get me wrong, but none of those type of things were ever done in a horrible, nasty way. None of them were done in a way that was aimed to cause, from a policing point of view, harassment, alarm and distress, you know. But nowadays, the kind of content that I see is when, especially with these pranksters, air quotes, they're causing, a lot of them cause like physical damage or physical harm to random strangers. It's assault. You know, it's like, how is that legal? How in anybody's mind does that equate to, it's fine, it's only a joke, you know, there's nothing, no harm in it, duh. You know, there was this one guy, he's infamous for all the wrong reasons, and he got collared. I think he tried to prank somebody, and they turned out to be somebody that wasn't going to take the shit, basically. And it was like where they go up to you and pretend to scan your phone or NFC your phone, and oh, thanks mate, I've just taken $2,000 out of your bank account, kind of thing. You know, it's that shit. So this guy got well and truly fucking collared, and he got arrested for it, thank God. But you know, you get these people, and they go out and they jump scare you, and they are pure random people in the street. You're just walking down the street, minding your own business, you're shopping, or you're on your tea break, coffee break, whatever, you know, and you get some complete and utter rando that leaps out at you just to make you to make you scared, and succeeds, and they think it's funny, and it's you know, for clicks and for a laugh and for enjoyment. It's like, no, that's not entertainment at all. It really isn't. If you're doing it, again, I can go back to some of the ones that were really like close to the knuckle wrong, but they would always be doing it against their own people, as it were. No, excuse me, thank you. Does that make sense? So you would have this group of people, I'm talking mainly like Jackass, that kind of thing, and my personal favourite, Dirty Sanchez. Oh my god. Going off on one of the, I'm sorry, slight tangent. But yeah, if you have never heard of Dirty Sanchez, but you're into like stupid pranky type things and silly like Jackass, that kind of thing, Dirty Sanchez, you have to try and find them. But it was always stuff that was against their own people. You know, you have this core group of people, and they would just do it. Yeah, Dirty Sanchez, Jackass. They would never go out and deliberately prank, like nastily prank, just random people in the street. You don't do that. But nowadays they seem to think it's acceptable, it's socially acceptable to do that, and it's wrong. It's never been right, it's never been funny. And it all comes down to the complete and utter lack of self-respect. You know? I mean, we could go down the route of all the other things like OF and just general people degrading themselves, and just all the narcissistic side of things where people think that they are way more important than they are. You know, there's all of that, and it's like, I need validation. Do you know what I mean? They're all those people that go onto social media literally because they need validating. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it's a sad state of affairs. It really is. And they wonder why there's so much mental health problems today. It's been yeah, it's literally because a lot of it because of social media. I mean, it used to be back in the day. It's like, oh, girls would be subjected to reading the girl magazines, and and all this kind of thing, and it was like they're body positive and always showing the wrong, like skinny wafer thin models, and they were all unwell, but they were the perfect size, and they were the perfect shape, and and these your bog standard normal female was absolutely nowhere near that image. They never were and never will be. And those normal people, those normal beautiful people out there, would suffer. They would look at these pictures in the magazines and be like, oh, I need to be like that, I need to be like that, and they can't, and that's where your mental health comes into it. So that was back then. It's always been like that, and people, and nowadays it's made worse, because at least back then it was just a photograph, it was just something in a magazine. Nowadays it's made more realistic, because it's actual videos, it's actual people out there looking the way they do, acting the way they do, and the impressionable people that take it to heart, that that feel that that's how they should act, that's how they should look, and all that lot. They are the most vulnerable people, but they are the ones that are targeted the most. And like I said, especially nowadays, with where it's not just a picture in a magazine, it is a real video, or I say real, fucking hell, AI, anyone? I'm not going down that route, that's way too scary. Yeah, it's a very, very sad state of affairs, I think, at the moment. It really is. And it's one that no matter how many different companies and how many different governments try and make out that they are doing their utmost and they're trying to protect and all this lot, fair play, some of them are doing it for the right reasons, some of them are not. They're doing it just to make themselves look good and sound good. But ultimately, you're not going to be able to control it. You're not going to be able to stop it. Not now. The internet was an amazing thing, is an amazing thing, but at the same time, it is a very, very dangerous thing. I often liken the invention of the internet to the invention and use of the nuclear bomb. It's the same thing, because it's one of those things that some people say it was a necessity, the bomb. And it was inevitable, it was going to be created and it was being made. And it has so many, nuclear fission in general, a nuclear bomb, but the use of nuclear anything has so many potential positive uses and outcomes, and it's a really good thing. And the internet is exactly the same thing. It used in the right way, it's fantastic. Same with anything. But it's also, when it's used in the wrong way, and it's one of those inventions that you wish potentially could have been uninvented. And sometimes I think, when I see the state of the world and what's on the internet, I sometimes think, Yeah, I wish the internet could be uninvented sometimes, or pulled back to a less prevalent. It's not going to change it, no, level. Do you know what I mean? Because it is just it's all encompassing. It's all empowering. And like I said, if you are able to look at things and know that it's just social media, it's just a video. You know, obviously we're watching the news, but even the news can be faked. But yeah, you have to take pretty much everything on the internet nowadays and on your social medias and everything else. You have to take it with a dose of salt. You have to. Don't even bother questioning it, to be honest, unless there are some serious dodgy stuff out there. Then yes, by all means, 100% question it and question it loudly. But ultimately, just for your own peace of mind, your own sanity, you have to realise it's not real, it's not true, you know. Just live your life, be you, be yourself, and if people can't accept that, then at the end of the day, it's their problem, not yours. So there you go. Alright, I went into full counsellor youth work mode then. Wow. How did I even get onto that? I was talking about music. Wow, that was deep. That was really deep. I'm so sorry. Wouldn't mind on this game, with it being so dark, because it's atmospheric, you know, it's stormy and it's late and all this kind of. I wouldn't mind so much if you had there were lights. You know, the vehicle's lights, which are kind of on there, but they just there for show. You know what I mean? It's weird. It's like they neglected to add that little bit of helpfulness. I can't say reality because look at it, you know. But you know what I mean. When it gets dark, the lights should come on, or you should have the. Please tell me there isn't the option for lights. I can't see it. I keep going into the settings and everything else, and I don't see them. But then that was like on SnowRunner. It doesn't tell you that you can turn on the beacons and you can turn your headlights on and stuff like that. It doesn't tell you that, but you can. Not sure why I turned. The last time I did decent length of road, I literally just went backwards and forwards. Yes, it's annoying because you've got the whole going on, but whatever. I do like the look of the roads, just the texture of the tarmac and everything else, you know. And then when you get the steam coming off it as well, because you know, obviously this shit's hot. It's very cool. It's very, very cool. And I've said it before. Occasionally, when I'm doing one of these routes, I swear down my head, my mind tells me that I can actually smell the tarmac being laid. I can smell it, you know, and it's great. It's really funny. Look at it, steam up. Yes, it's See, I don't often, in fact, I don't think I have actually recorded me laying road down. I don't think I normally do it. I normally do it off camera because it's not the most thrilling of things. But then, when was the last time I did a thrilling video? But it is what it is, and that's what we're doing. So if anybody is weirdly still listening and watching, if you want a even like semi-decent road, if you want a semi, it's worth taking the time and effort. It's worth going over each bit at least twice. Sometimes there are bits where it's really rough and it's really bumpy, and you just find those little spots and you go over them 2 or 3, maybe even 4 times, and it will actually level out to a point, unless there's like a rock under there or something that's part of the environment and it won't disappear. But if it's just weird lumpy parts, they will smooth out, and it's worth it because it just looks so good. And especially when it's drizzly like this, when it's all shiny and reflective, it's really, really good. But on the other side, I find when the sun's shining, it's easier to do the roads because you can actually, if you move the camera around and you catch the shadows and the reflections and stuff, then you can see where the imperfections are and where the lumps and bumps are. That was me. I did not do that weird steering thing there. What the Oh, and wow. Okay. So I haven't even done this bit yet. What the fuck? And also, what winds me up, and it looks awful, is this thing on either side of this road that you can see. Yeah, the bit that's like not tarmac. You could see when I was, that was pure, that was clear, well made, well presented, flat tarmac, right? Because you literally watched me do it, and yet when it's like, oh yeah, you've done, congratulations, objective complete, you've done your road, it does that. Because the bits on the side, because obviously it lays out, it says, right, we need a road in this direction and it's only going to be a single track, and that's all you need to do, we don't give a shit about the rest of it, right? And when these single tracks are awful if you want AI to drive on them, unless it's in a dead straight line, right? And God help you if you've got more than one track going on it, because the AI just can't cope with it. But you saw it. I'd laid that bit out. That was, I'd already done that, and then it's just turned into that awful. Yeah, it's just awful. Hate it. So I'm just gonna bring everybody back. So yeah, that's another weird, it's not even a glitch, it is clearly part of the design of the game. It's part of the game. Yeah, they have made that what it is, and it baffles me. It really does baffle me as to why it was that is a chosen thing. So I'm just getting it out of the way because you can guarantee that something is going to come out of one of these bloody doors. So if I leave everything in the way, it's going to be like, there was a blockage, the AI couldn't cope, you know what I mean? So I'll just move everything out of the way, or I could just retain it, but I can't be asked because the chances are I'm going to need it again soon. But yeah, it's a weird choice to do that, and I'm kind of glad I got it on video now, actually, even though it's at the end of the video, as to why that is their choice. Because you saw I had spent, you know, I'd already done that side of the one side of the road, and it was completely smooth, completely tarmac, completely lovely, yeah, from the edge into the middle. And then when it's like, oh yeah, congratulations, you're done, the finished product looks fucking awful. Absolutely awful. And it's like, hang on a minute, I didn't leave it like that. I didn't do that. One more. So yeah, to me, that needs to be fixed. It needs to be sorted. It's just weird, and it's not right. It's not right at all. Right. Anyway, that is me. I am done, and that's fallen right on the hour. So I'm very happy with that. What did we achieve? We achieved that nice little meandering bit of road. But yeah, why? Why? I know a lot of people, I've seen a lot of people in their videos, they have literally just done the track and that's it. But honestly, that's all well and good, and it's great for saving time, because like, what's the point? But you try driving or lining up your AI, so you've got one route, that's fine, yeah, they like make a marker, make a mark, make a mark, make a mark, you know what I mean? And it will cope. But if you've got more than one route going along here, forget it, mate. Forget it. They don't do, the AI in this game just don't even register that there is anything else in existence. So yeah, if you know, it's funny because I must admit, I would love to go back and do this again, but do it before the objective comes up and see what happens, see whether or not it changes, because you can guarantee that because I would just do it in a relatively straight line, or you know what I mean, it'd be more of a diagonal kind of thing, none of this make a bend. I mean, why? But to see how much of this crap actually then comes in when it's like, oh, you've done the road, congratulations, objective complete, kind of thing. Would it override my original road and do this, or would it just register the fact that there's a decent road there? Because it's awful and it makes no sense at all. It just doesn't. I tarmacked over that bit, I smoothed it over, it was golden, it was lovely, and then it went bing and did that. Bizarre. Anyway, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. If you did listen, bless you. If there's anything I have mentioned today in any shape or form, please, that you either agree with or disagree with, or just want to make a comment, please do so. Please, I keep saying it and nobody ever listens because nobody's listening. But yeah, please make comments, like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. If you have, thank you very much, and I love you so much. Thank you. Spread the word, share the wealth, invite all your friends, enemies, anybody, I don't care, bring them my way. We'll have them. Let's grow this channel, please, because it is well and truly stalled. It's just like gone nowhere. and I'll never afford to get myself a decent gaming chair. It's a do it. Fucking whatever. I'm out of here. Love you all.